Hello, loved ones. You have come to the Soulmate Journey Empath channel. This video is to guide our Taurus loved ones on their soulmate journey for June of 2019. So, really excited to be making this video for you, loved ones, Taurus. This is the second video that has been uploaded to the channel, and with a lot of anticipation, a lot of preparation, some trial and error, but definitely a lot of healing love for you this month going into July. Now, what I felt was important to mention is that during my meditation, as I was preparing for the reading, the color orange just popped into my mind's eye. And as an intuitive empath and also someone with synesthesia, there was a smell associated with it as well. It was the smell of amber. And so this was very, very strong as I was preparing for the reading. And I feel that the divine message in this is that everyone right now on their soulmate journey has some sacral chakra healing to do. And when we think about sacral chakra associations, we think about its placement above the hips and at the lower back. And this is where we carry tension, old wounds, old stress. And if that's out of alignment, everything further up is out of alignment as well. Not just from a physical perspective, but from an energetic perspective. And so it's very important to heed these messages, to dig deep into those past wounds where we have our scars, our regrets, our feelings of missed opportunity, things that perhaps were too painful to completely resolve, that we've kind of locked away down there in that sacral chakra. And it's inhibiting our sense of self, our heart chakra, our communication. Communication is represented with this blue here for the throat chakra. It's typically very imbalanced and out of alignment when we have deep healing to do in the sacral chakra. So I invite you, loved ones, dear Tauruses, to take that time reflecting on what's painful that we've carried with us, like armor, that perhaps we can heal so that we can move forward and really open ourselves up to giving and receiving that love that we're all hoping to connect with, that divine love. So just think about that. And you may notice that some of the crystals that are here are used to amplify healing and balance in the sacral chakra, also a little in the root. And I always incorporate a rainbow fluorite because it's an energy that really resonates with me and my ability to get in touch with those divinely guided messages that you loved ones need to hear. So for the reading, we will be using the Journey of Love Oracle cards to give us messages about where we're at on our soulmate journey and what we need to do to come into union with members of our soul family or karmic partners or potentially even twin flames. We also will be using the Psychic Tarot Oracle deck to get more specific read on your energies, Taurus, here, and who you may be dealing with or are dealing with over here on the other side. And of course, to clarify, we'll be using the Gilded Tarot. So we really wanted to make sure that these cards were getting a sense of that sacral chakra energy as we're preparing to shuffle. So these have been shuffled. I'm going to go ahead and handle them, and we'll jump right in and get started, loved ones. Where is Taurus? Oh, on their soulmate journey. We have the Eight of Wands, accelerated motion. Accelerated motion. Where else is Taurus on their soulmate journey? Oh, the Seven of Swords, deception and envy. Let's see what's going on here with this Taurus. Let's see what's going on, loved ones. And what else is going on with Taurus's energy and their soulmate journey for June of 2019? What else is going on for Taurus in their soulmate journey? All right. Wow. There we go. The Three of Wands card, partnerships and alliances. So let's just get these scooted over so that we can still see them and bring in those messages for the person that you're dealing with this month, Taurus. Tell us about the energy of who Taurus is dealing with. Tell us about the energy of who Taurus is dealing with on their soulmate journey in June 2019. Tell us about the energy of who Taurus is dealing with, their soulmate journey. We have intuition, or the High Priestess. What else do we need to know about the person Taurus is dealing with, their soulmate journey, June 2019. Tell us about who Taurus is dealing with, soulmate journey, June 2019. Tell us about who Taurus is dealing with, their soulmate journey. Five of Cups, emotional loss. And I would attract your attention to this orange, this sacral chakra energy that is covering the heart. It's covering the heart chakra. Crossed hands, a sign of being closed off and protecting oneself. And what else do we need to know about the person Taurus is dealing with? Their soulmate journey, June 2019. Oh, we have a jumper. The Six of Wands, victory and success. So very, very different energy going on between you, Taurus, and the person that you're dealing with this month. Okay. Very, very different energies here. So, Taurus, you're feeling very conflicted right now. You have this desire for things to move quickly, to just get the program going. to see some kind of movement, some kind of action. But you can't help but feel like in the back of your mind that somebody is not being entirely honest. Or maybe you're not being entirely honest and allowing someone to see beyond your facade, your mask. We all wear masks, loved one. So no judgments, no negativity associated with that statement. That's something that we all tend to do when we feel like we need to protect ourselves, which is really, really interesting because there's a similar lesson going on for the person that you're dealing with. They're protecting their heart. All right. And this is more psychological energy, protecting truth, feeling that it somehow needs to be protected. But this deception and envy is getting in the way of establishing partnerships and alliances. With that Three of Wands, it's kind of waiting for results to come in. Okay, the partnership is started. Where are the fruits? Where's the next step in the process? And so this is coming in very, very quickly, or perhaps fast-moving messages about someone else's deception that are impacting partnerships and alliances. All right, Taurus, we'll get more on that, loved one. And for the person that you're dealing with, we have major arcana here with the intuition, the high priestess. That is someone really trying to tap into the unseen, to their sixth sense, to figure out the truth of what's going on, to find clarity. And there's an element of faith, of surrender involved in the high priestess. But there's also this emotional loss, this deep old wound that is blocking the heart for whoever this is. And as we discussed earlier, with blockages and imbalances in that sacral chakra, everything above your intuition, your third eye, and your crown chakra are not going to be in balance and functioning properly for you to be able to really make the most of that intuition. And there's also a desire to somehow walk away victorious, to be proud. And so there's kind of some big stuff going on, loved one, on both sides of the energies for you and who you're dealing with on your soulmate journey here in June 2019. What work does Taurus need to do this month for their soulmate journey, June 2019? What work does Taurus need to do? And there's a jumper. We have truth. Truth. This is the Judgment card in traditional tarot. Major Arcana. So some quick decision in some legal matter. What else? What work does Taurus need to do on their soulmate journey, June of 2019? What work needs to be done for Taurus? Soulmate journey, June 2019. What work needs to be done for Taurus? We have a jumper here. Authority. All right. In traditional tarot, the Emperor. Interesting. Very, very major arcana cards here for you, Taurus. And one more for work Taurus needs to do on their soulmate journey, June 2019. Work that Taurus needs to do. Oh, wow. So for this, we had the Eight of Swords, trapped in fear. So this is really interesting where these are showing up. So this accelerated motion is coming in with some kind of scandal. There's some kind of scandal. There's deception and envy related to this authority figure, this emperor, this husband or wife, partner. And underneath the partnerships and alliances, we have this trapped in fear. So we're waiting for ships to come in, but this stalemate has us trapped. And maybe we're making judgments about people in this waiting, or perhaps these ideas about deception and envy being afoot really do have you trapped in fear, waiting in partnerships and alliances, loved one. So we will clarify additionally for you here with Gilded Tarot. But let's get work for the other person that you're dealing with. What are messages? Oh, we have a jumper. Wow, we have recognition and reward. Three of Pentacles energy. Under intuition. All right. What else? What other work does the person that Taurus is dealing with? June 2019. What work are they doing on their soulmate journey? What work is Taurus's person doing on their soulmate journey, June 2019? Oh, Nine of Swords, suffering in silence. With a right underneath emotional loss. Wow. A lot of pain happening for the person you're dealing with, Taurus. A lot of pain. Emotional and psychological. Whoa. And under victory and success, base chakra. Needing to be grounded. Needing to be grounded. So, it's really interesting what we have going on here with these energies, Taurus. So underneath intuition, we have this Three of Pentacles energy of wanting to build something really solid, but it's a collaborative energy, right? Very similarly, you have the Three of Wands in your energy for this month. So there's a little bit of synchronicity here with these threes. For you also, we have 2 8s. 2 8s. And so there's some kind of transformation that really, really needs to happen here. You feel that there has been some kind of swift moving decision, swift moving situation, or maybe swift moving communication that involves truth or judgment, that could invoke judgment. There's also kind of this overall theme that there's distrust in whoever you are in a partnership or alliance with this month. Very much in your head about, trying to get to the bottom, seeking clarity for what's really going on. Is there deception and envy? Or is this an artifact of me being trapped in fear? So there's a desire for action, but not very much that indicates that you are the one that's taking any action or anticipates taking any action at this moment. Now, with the other person's energies, they're trying to figure out how to focus on the material and appear successful amid this blockage in the heart and some sense of emotional loss. So this really speaks to somebody who is not externally processing whatever emotional loss they've been feeling, and they're kind of throwing their energy into the root chakra, into the material, which is kind of a low frequency if one is trying to get in touch with their intuition. And underneath this emotional loss, there's psychological, just suffering in silence. So a lot of conflict. Your person this month, Taurus, the person you may be dealing with, is definitely more in a more material approach to getting through this month, this period of time. And you are feeling like there are some very large questions that need answering, a lot of clarity, in order for you to be able to get out of your head and see some kind of result in terms of partnerships and alliances. So let's clarify for Aries. What else do we need to know about this accelerated motion and truth? Accelerated motion and truth. Accelerated motion and truth. What do we need to know for Taurus? What do we need to know? And we have the moon. Something isn't as it appears. Something is not. Perhaps that's what this holdup is, an accelerated motion. Something is hidden, something is sneaky, and has us very, very much up in our emotions about this. Let's get more on deception and envy and authority. Deception and envy and authority. Wow, would you look at that? And Emperor twice. There is definitely some distrust here, Taurus, with a masculine figure, whether that is a partner, a parent, a boss, perhaps. There's some kind of issue, this disbelief, this you literally feel like they're wearing a mask. and it's not their true self that they're showing you or maybe others. And then we have this Knight of Wands, fast moving energy with the trapped in fear and the partnerships and alliances. And can't help but notice that we have this Three of Cups on the bottom of the deck. And I just feel like it needs to go there. I can't explain why, I just feel like it does. All right, let's get some clarification for Taurus's person. Taurus's person. Intuition with recognition and reward. King of Wands energy. King of Wands energy. Productive, creative, masculine energy. Go, go, manifest. Manifest. And an interesting thing also about the King of Wands is that he's the type of person that's capable of suffering in silence about some deep emotional loss, but still being firmly committed to manifesting in the material, trying to be in touch with intuition, and literally being able to move forward with a sense of victory and success. Also, he's fire. He's very much in touch with the primal, with this base chakra. Let's get some clarification on this emotional loss and suffering in silence. Emotional loss and suffering in silence for a Taurus person. Emotional loss and suffering in silence for Taurus person. Emotional silence. Oh, I can't even speak now. And we have the Lovers. The Lovers. There was a decision that was made. There was a decision that was made. And there's some regret. There is that suffering and silence about it. Give me one more on the Lovers, please. On the Lovers. For Taurus's person. Oh. And the Devil popped out. Wow. So a choice to go away from a place that they felt incredibly bound to. Maybe a karmic situation. Maybe it's a connection that had been maintained entirely on this base chakra energy. And see, there's that card is even touching it, and there it is touching that Knight of Wands too. Right, let's get one more on this base chakra energy under victory and success. What's going on with Taurus's person? And we have, again, the Three of Pentacles, double message. Double message. I think, Taurus, that you're dealing with someone that is very, very capable of sublimating their energy, their sexual energy, into being a workaholic. Into being a workaholic. There's this suffering in silence, this emotional loss, and it just really looks like that King of Wands energy. That's someone that can just turn it off and use that energy to manifest materially, to be a workaholic. And we have that twice here, that Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles. Just like there's the Emperor twice for you, Taurus. All right, let's finish up with our soulmate journey messages using the Journey of Love oracle cards. What is the message for Taurus on their soulmate journey, June 2019? What is the message for Taurus on their soulmate journey, June 2019? What is the message for Taurus? Oh, beautiful energy. We have the seed of the heart. That's a 2, 5. 2 and 5 in numerology is 7. So your energy, loved one, is that there's the seed of love in your heart, and it is yours to tend, to see that it grows to fruition. Maybe you've been depending on this person, this authoritarian figure, this divine masculine type energy. Maybe you've been depending on that person to help you nurture and nourish the seed of love that is in your heart. But listen to me, loved one, that is yours to tend. That is yours to tend. So focus on tending that and release yourself from the psychological oppression this month, Taurus. It's a soulmate message for the person Taurus is dealing with, June 2019. Soulmate journey message. And the temple, number 59, 5 and 9 is 14, 1 and 4 is 5. So this is kind of middle of the cycle energy there, the temple. Very similar message. Very similar message to what you have there, loved one, Taurus. The body, the spirit, it's held within your spirit's held within your body. It's the temple that you can commune with the divine through in this lifetime. So there's kind of a caution for whoever you're dealing with to, things aren't really balanced out here. The spiritual element is kind of missing, and why we're mired in this material manifestation. Don't be such a workaholic that you neglect the temple that carries you through. So treat your body, your spirit, and your mind like a temple. As for the person you're dealing with, Taurus, and for you, it's nurture that seed of love in your heart. Finally, what is a message for mutual energy for Taurus and their person on the soulmate journey, June 2019? What is a mutual message for Taurus and the void, 40, the void. Put that there. So if we really think about, I almost used the word earlier when discussing associations with the sacral chakra. When I think of ways that I have tried to move on in life, that's what we try to do, right? When we bury things in the sacral chakra, we want them far enough away from the head and the heart that we don't think about them, but they're heavy baggage that we're carrying with us always, that we're just not addressing. We're pushing it down further. And I describe Needing that sacral chakra work in my life feels like there is a dungeon, a deep, dark dungeon down there, right? Never open the door and never turn the light on. But it always fills up and you end up having to release from that dungeon. And so for both of you this month, loved ones, for Taurus, the person you're dealing with, cross watchers, there's some individual healing that needs to happen with both energies this month. Taurus, you're feeling heartbreak. You feel that things have happened quickly, but you also just felt that there was an air of dishonesty or deception or confusion about what was going on. And your message is to heal that love inside of you so that it nurtures you and sustains you to get through this difficulty, this psychological difficulty that you've been dealing with, loved one, that you're processing in the present. So nurture yourself. And I just think the song for you is "This Little Light of Mine, I'm gonna let it shine." All right, this is your little light. Hold it, nurture it. It's the seed of love in your heart. Let it grow. It's your work to do. And likewise for the cross watcher, don't get out of balance with things that are addictive, toxic. That's very much some root chakra frequency. Root chakra needs healing. You heal that root chakra, you can come up to the sacral and address those deeper emotional wounds. And going into the void, going into the dark places and healing that energy is something that both Taurus and crosswatcher loved ones need to make sure that they're doing to really get the healing in to be where they'd like to be, closer to union with a soul family, with teachers, or a potential twin flame. So I hope that you enjoyed this and you found it helpful and insightful. Please like, share, and subscribe. I wish you light, peace, and love, loved ones, and many blessings to you.